Who would have guessed? In just one night, the whole world froze over. A super blizzard hit, dropping temperatures to a bone-chilling -80 degrees Celsius. Countless people were frozen solid, turned into human icicles. The blizzard apocalypse had arrived, silent and deadly. Walking home from work, I looked up at the gloomy, gray sky and just couldn't shake this weird, nagging feeling of dread. I stopped in my tracks, pulled out my phone, and checked the forecast for the next few days. The weather app showed it was going to start snowing this afternoon and would let up for several days. The temperature was just going to keep dropping. Today's high was -1 degree Celsius, but in the coming days, it was predicted to plunge to around -20. How could the temperature drop that fast? I pulled my collar up tighter and kept walking. The biting wind felt like 1,000 tiny knives, trying to slice up my face. I couldn't help but shiver, burying my face in my collar, hoping to get a little warmer. But I hadn't gone much further when snowflakes started to fall. I stopped and stared at the flakes drifting down from the sky. For some reason, I had a really bad feeling about this. I bit my lip, and instead of heading straight home, I turned and went to the biggest supermarket in the area. I was going to stock up. I live on the 16th floor of a high-rise in the city center. The apartment was my parents' place. They retired and moved back to our hometown to enjoy their golden years, so they don't live here anymore. That means this 3-bedroom, 2-living-room apartment is all mine. I trudged home, huffing and puffing under the weight of 2 massive shopping bags. As I got to the entrance of my building, Grandma Zhao from downstairs called out to me. Xiao Xin. My, that's a lot of groceries you've got there. Oh, hey Grandma Zhao. Yeah, the pantry was getting a little bare, so I figured I'd stock up. I mumbled a reply and slipped into the elevator. Truth is, I'm not really one for small talk. Even though I've lived in this complex for over a decade, I don't really know anyone. I'm the same way at work, no close friends, I just keep to myself. I'm used to flying under the radar. Once I got home, I quickly put away the things I'd bought. Then I took stock of the food I already had. I still had a decent amount of fruits and vegetables left. Adding in today's haul, I now had 2 20-kilo bags of rice, 3 10-kilo bags of flour, 2 large jugs of cooking oil, and my fridge was stuffed to the brim with vegetables, fruits, and meat. Even if I didn't leave the house for a month or two, this would be more than enough for me. The temperature had already dropped to -5 degrees. Seeing how unnaturally cold it was getting, I went ahead and put in for leave from work, a long one. Adding in my unused vacation days for the year, I could take about half a month off. Just as I suspected, over the next few days, the wind was fierce and the blizzard was relentless. In fact, it only seemed to be getting worse. The snow didn't stop until the 5th day. By then, the temperature had plummeted to -20 degrees. I bundled up in my thickest down jacket and trudged through the deep snow, heading back to that big supermarket again. This time, I didn't buy any more food. Instead, I grabbed 2 large multi-gallon jugs of mineral water. Combined with the bottled water I already had at home, I wouldn't have to worry about running out of water for a while. Back home, I called my parents. Mom, is it cold over there? It's already -20 here. This year's weather is just not right. It's even colder here in our hometown, already -25. But we have the old-fashioned heated Kong bed, so we're nice and toasty once we get it going. Mom, you and Dad need to stay warm. Make sure you get the furnace going, too. Don't you worry about us. You're the one out there on your own, you need to take good care of yourself. Buy yourself plenty of food and don't worry about us. We have more than enough food stored up here in the countryside. After hanging up, I finally felt a sense of relief. Over the next few days, the temperature continued its steady, terrifying descent. It was now -30 degrees. In this northern city, we hadn't seen temperatures this low in many, many years. More and more people were starting to panic, flocking to the supermarkets in a frenzy of bulk buying. The city was starting to feel the pressure. Snowplows were running non-stop, their engines a constant hum. The air was filled with the never-ending wail of police and ambulance sirens. During these past few days, besides my daily trip to the supermarket to grab a cart full of supplies, I also went to an outdoor gear shop and bought a ton of survival items. I got cold-proof clothing, electric blankets, a portable space heater, solar panels, you name it. I was like a little hamster, hoarding for the winter, bringing a little something back home every day. Slowly but surely, my stockpile grew. At the same time, the National Weather Service issued a special alert about the abnormal weather. Experts predicted that the temperature would continue to drop over the next period. They urged all residents to be on high alert, take precautions against the cold, and avoid going outside unless absolutely necessary. My company also sent out a notice, starting tomorrow, everyone would be working from home. The company provided all employees with rice, noodles, and oil. Each person got a 20-kilo bag of rice, a 10-kilo bag of millet, a 10-kilo bag of flour, and a 5-liter jug of cooking oil. Normally, this stuff wouldn't cost much, but now, with the supermarket so crowded you couldn't even squeeze inside, these supplies were a lifesaver. Since everything was so heavy and I couldn't get a taxi, my boss asked Mao Bufan, who lived in the same direction as me, to give me a ride home. Mao Bufan was also a man of few words. The two of us quiet types were paired together, and the whole ride was silent. At the elevator, Grandpa Nyo from downstairs saw all the supplies we were carrying, and his eyes instantly lit up. "Xiao Xian, you sure are lucky. You managed to grab so much stuff. I just went to the supermarket myself, couldn't even get in the door. I had to come back empty-handed. What am I going to do? I have 3 kids at home. If I can't find any more food, what are we going to do?" I knew exactly what he was getting at. Before he could say another word, I cut in. "Grandpa Nyo, this is from our company. I don't have that many supplies at home either. This is all I have to live on for the days to come." The look on Grandpa Nyo's face immediately soured. Just then, Mao Bufan spoke up. "Xian, I'll go back to the supermarket tonight and try my luck again. See if I can get some more things for us. We should stock up a bit more for our place." I instantly understood what Mao Bufan was doing. He was helping me. He was creating a false image for our neighbors, the image that I had a boyfriend. And not just a boyfriend, but one I lived with. I have a very strong sense of survival, and I could tell Mao Bufan had the exact same instinct.